Good morning, beloveds. So we got up. Tom walked out the house, checked the weather, decided he wanted to wear a jacket. I walked out of the house to check and see if I needed my sunglasses. And then we both walked out of the house and it was raining. Now, at first, it was just what I like to call spitting. And so we got on the bikes and we're like, it's fine. It's fine. It just rains on our cul-de-sac. No big deal. So we got on the bikes and go. So we get to the next street and turn. And it's like straight up raining. And so I'm like, okay. So we make the turn and go down the next street. And I'm like, okay, well, when we get to the street, we'll just turn and go home, right? So we're now 2 streets away from our cul-de-sac. Because my cul-de-sac is surrounded by 2 loops. By the time we get back to the house, or back to our cul-de-sac and ride our cul-de-sac, it's back to spitting again. And I'm like, so we stayed in our neighborhood. We had a shorter ride, but we didn't let the rain stop us. And by the time we got back to the house from the second part of when we made the decision to just go ahead and keep going, it had stopped raining. Weather. Yeah. So, and it's not supposed to rain today. So, you know what? The moisture was just really heavy in the air. All right. It is April 22nd. We are almost finished with this. And our title is confusing. What is God metaphysically considered? And by the way, metaphysically is apparently not a word according to the spell check on the phone. And our author is Georgiana West from her Unity Ordination application, which was submitted June 10th, 1935. So this is from an ordination application. That's really cool. Okay. I'd be curious to go back and see what I had to put on my ordination application. All right. So what is God metaphysically considered? All spiritual unfoldment must of necessity start with the conception of God as spirit. The mind must completely let go of all preconceived ideas of God as a superman, a sort of king, doling out to his people both favors and punishments. With the conception of God as spirit, there naturally follows a clearer understanding of omnipresence. The student grows in the tremendous realization of God, spirit, as the invisible life and intelligence underlying all physical things. And immediately the whole universe becomes transformed and takes on a new meaning. Jesus not only defined God as spirit and the Father, but also described it when he said God is love. Perfect love is perfect harmony. Perfect harmony is inclusive of wisdom and power. So in his description of God as love, Jesus described to it omnipresence and omnipotence. Omnipotence. In those 3 words, God is love, he recognized the all wisdom and the all power working together for the all good. When he described God as spirit, John 4:24, he claimed the omnipresence or the everywhereness of the love that God is, for spirit is limitless and indivisible. The universal mind is in all and through all. In beholding God as spirit, or the invisible life, intelligence, harmony, and power of the universe, we recognize it as the creative principle, that which is the cause and source of all that is, pure being, all law, and all truth, primordial substance, ultimate cause, or more simply phrased, that from which all proceeds. 1935. Georgia Tree West. In her ordination application, This woman was applying to be an ordained minister in the Unity organization, and this is what she wrote. That is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, what can you say to that? What can you say? I do thoroughly love that she starts out with all spiritual unfoldment must of necessity start with the conception of God as spirit. Okay? And then she proceeds to tell you what she means. The mind must completely let go of all preconceived ideas of God as Superman. And it says super-man, a sort of king doling out to his people both favors and punishments. And frequently that is exactly what people, they think of God as that old man sitting in a chair with a book, judging them and deciding. And I mean, if you go back and look at like the Greek and Roman ideas of God, the gods were just big flawed humans. I mean, let's talk about Zeus. And Hera had jealousy issues, and that's not what God is. That is not what God is. It is our limitation of looking at people and then just blowing them up bigger. And that's not what God is. And that's where, so that's what she started with. She started with saying, that's not what God is. God does not dole out punishments and favors. Okay? It's not God's job. The student grows. Okay, wait. No. With the conception of God as spirit, there naturally follows a clearer understanding of the omnipresence. The student grows in tremendous realization of God, spirit, as the invisible life and intelligence underlying all physical things. Okay, that's worth repeating. That is absolutely worth repeating. The invisible life and intelligence underlying all physical things. She doesn't need any more, paragraphs after that. She does go on further. The invisible life and intelligence underlying all things. It is literally the intelligence and life that animates every living thing. Nothing is left out of this equation. No life is. So, and then she goes in and says, look, Jesus made this case. And she even gives us a Bible quote from John 24 or 4:24, which is not in here, but so you can go look it up. So Jesus defined God as spirit, and Jesus did call spirit God Father a lot because he was making a point and a case and using the language of the people. Okay. But he also described God as God is love. Perfect love is perfect harmony. And remember that perfect means whole, inclusive. It doesn't mean flawless. It means inclusive. It means everything is included. So perfect love is perfect harmony. Perfect harmony is inclusive of wisdom and power. So therein, Jesus is describing God as omnipresent and omnipotent. That word's going to get me every time. So in those words, God is love. He recognized the all wisdom and the all power working together for the all good. Okay. So her closing paragraph. In beholding God as spirit, or the invisible life, intelligence, harmony, and power of the universe, we recognize it as creative principle. Okay? That which is cause and source of all that is, pure being, all law, all truth, primordial substance, ultimate cause, or, and I love this wrap-up line, that from which all proceeds. There is nothing without God. There is nothing without spirit. There's nothing without love. I think that is probably one of the most incredible pieces I've ever read, and I'm super excited. Oh, super excited. Yes. Yes. An ordination application. I am so glad that somebody preserved that and put it in this book. So I'm grateful to our Reverend Dr. C. William Mercer, because that was beautifully written. And we all aspire to do something that simple and that beautiful. So, metaphysically consider, what is God? Most simply phrased, that from which all proceeds. So, the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is absolutely to give up our preconceived ideas of God and consider what Georgiana called it. Simply that from which all proceeds. Perfect love, perfect harmony, creative principle. It can be kind of hard to give up the idea of God as personality. And one of my friends, who was a mentor to me while I was in ministerial school, who is an archbishop in the Nichiren Buddhist sect, when she became a Buddhist priest, that's what she said. She missed the warm fuzzy. Because God is not warm and fuzzy. Jesus is, thankfully, but God isn't, because God is a principle. But the cool thing about that is, while God is all in, all of, all good, maybe not warm and fuzzy, we are. And we are the visible representations of God's love. So when we look at God as spirit, and we let go of the idea of God as super personality, then the interesting thing is love is so much easier to find, because it's in each and every one of us. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to give up those preconceived notions and metaphorically consider it. She did a beautiful job. June 10th, 1935. I don't think I've done anything that amazing in, those short paragraphs to define God that way. Oh, okay. You got your mission today. Second part of that mission is always the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. I give you suggestions, such as taking a deep breath before you speak, taking a nap, taking a walk, taking a break, taking a day off, going and doing something that you really want to do, and just haven't. It is self-care. I don't pretend it's anything other. It is self-care. But it is also, because if God is love and harmony and joy and all of that, it is also about making room for joy. Absolutely. Joy is one of the qualities of God. It is one of the qualities of us. And no matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. So when I say, when one of my suggestions is to eat dessert first, that's what I'm talking about. Your life is a special occasion. You are a divine manifestation of God's love. Make room for joy. Make room for joy. Wear the nice clothes. Eat the good food. Do the things. All the things. Like go for a bike ride in the rain. And see, now the sun's out. I know where I live. So, do the things that that set your soul on fire. Absolutely do the things that set your soul on fire. Be horribly distracted while you're doing this kind of stuff by the cat that is purring on your thigh. Take care of yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I suggest it. I also want to remind you that you are your own best test subject. Practice on yourself. And I'm also encouraging you to create a well-worn path to the source of your own being. I want you to be able to get to the source of your own being blindfolded, in the midst of the chaos that this material world can be. That's why I encourage you to do it every day. It's to create that habit, that first response, to be able to get there no matter what. The source of your own being. Okay? So practice on yourself. I do also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. I do encourage you to drink plenty of water. I do encourage you to, hydration is super important. Your brain works better when it's well hydrated. I do encourage you to, early in your day, bright light. Artificial light does count. It's about 10 minutes of really good, strong light. It helps to reset your hormones. What I'm talking about, it's called a circadian rhythm, if you want to look it up. It's science. And it will help you have more energy during the day and sleep better at night. So early in your day, on the face, bright light. Sunlight is good. It's probably the best. But if you get up before the sun, artificial light works too. Okay. And then, as always, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. If we take Georgiana Tree West at her word, it's all good. It's all God. There is nothing other than omnipresent, omnipotent, all in, all good. It's all God. So when we open the windows of our soul, what we do is we recognize that heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It means that once we learn to do it for ourselves, we can do it anywhere. Anywhere. Heaven ceases to be a place that we struggle to get to and becomes where we are. We can create it for ourselves. And when we can create it for ourselves, we become that island of calm that people can't help but be attracted to. And then they go, well, what do you know that I don't know? And how do I get that? And we hold up our lights and light their path. It is absolutely, it's something that we come pre-installed with. That's why I talk about the Christ consciousness like software. That, and my mother's an engineer. We come pre-installed with the Christ consciousness. The password to activate it is love. And the heavenly mindset is part of that. So practice on yourself. So, all right. I'm just super excited. That was just a beautiful reading, and I'm very happy. And I need to wrap this up so that I can go and plug my phone in and make sure that Facebook doesn't eat this video, because it was such a beautiful reading today. All right. So I quoted Ernest Holmes at you. Open the windows of your soul. I'm going to remind you that one of the best ways to do that is to take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. All right. So take care of your, social media. Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I'm on. Please go like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. You want to know what's going on with the center? Email info@creativeleft.org. That will get you on the constant contact. When it says click here now, those are hot. Those hot links are hot. It will take you right to the information you want, or to the, to the information you want, or the person that can help you get it. All right. Please take advantage of this stuff. There's good stuff on there. And I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, a go for a ride in the rain day, an amazing day, an awesome day, a middle of the week day, a take care of yourself day, a let go of your preconceived notions of God day. Let go of all of the stuff that you've been taught about God and discover the source of your own being for yourself day. A practice the presence day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. As I've said before and will say again, you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You may be the only sacred literature somebody ever reads. Are you teaching them about the God of your understanding or the God that you've been taught? So, take care of yourself. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. I'm a big believer in taking care of yourself. That's why I've said it like a dozen times. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.